I imagine, superpowers, they're sort of like, these mutations that, these guys have. They're born with them. They sometimes don't know they have them or whatever. I'm going to say that in the world of Groundhog Day, it's post, criminalization of superheroes. So superheroes aren't really a thing. That's why that you don't see them. They're never referenced in Groundhog Day. But unbeknownst to himself, I think Phil Collins... Not Phil Collins. No, Phil Collins is someone else. Phil Connors, sorry. So, my thought was... Phil Connors... We'll just say Bill Murray, so I don't say Phil Collins again. Bill Murray has this, a somewhat supernatural ability, as you can tell, because no one else can notice that the days keep repeating. It's just him.
Uh-huh.
But I think somewhere else, separately in the world, there is some sort of fight between a superhero and a supervillain, where the supervillain is having this effect on the world, is place the world in a time loop. But for some reason, Phil Connors is the only one that can notice it. So all things related to his growth as a person are completely unrelated to what's going on, implying that if this completely separate fight going on, it just happened to end at the time where Bill Murray was the most fulfilled. It could have just ended halfway through his suicide sequence, and he just would have died. But this is some complete weird byproduct or B story to another bigger fight going on. I
like this version. Okay, what's the supervillain? What's the fight going on?
I don't know, some kind of supervillain whose power is to create these time loops. The end of Doctor Strange. It's like that.
I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
Okay, well we'll move on from that then. So either I don't know, there's some kind of supervillain or even superhero who's able to loop time in order to succeed in his or her task. So that's the story we can come up with to connect these films.
Yeah.
But that's as far as my idea goes. You've got to help me out now.
Do you think the Incredibles, the Pars, are involved in this fight?
They could be. I'm not, I don't want to give any spoilers for Incredibles 2, but this doesn't happen in it.
Okay. Do they all die at the end?
Everyone dies in Incredibles 2.
Classic family entertainment.
But Pixar, they pull up the heartstrings. There's, terrible deaths. When everyone dies, their heads explode and 5 little coloured people run out.
That'd be great, like that scene in Kingsman where all their heads blow up, but all the emotions come out.
Little people are inside. Yes, this is sort of the extended Pixar theory.
The extended Pixar theory.
Sort of thing. So in this world full of superheroes and supervillains, someone's loop time, for some reason, Phil Connors' superpower is being able to notice that. I like that we just... Basically, Groundhog Day is a B story going on inside The Incredibles.
That's so good. It means there could be other ones where...
there are loads of... It's not the only time repeat story, is there?
What if there's someone who's been kidnapped by someone, and that happens to be the day that keeps getting looped, so that in the story they do break out, but they have to live this day for... I just found a figure. It was 3,176 days.
Is that the official Groundhog Day loop count?
Someone's worked it out, yeah.
Don't know how they worked it out.
8 years, 8 months and 16 days.
Jesus.
So imagine if...
There's other people whose weird power happen to be noticing time loops.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Someone who's been kidnapped.
Yeah, what a terrible fucking power.
It'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Just to be stuck on someone else's timeline.